Hey, I'm Chris Beckwith, and I'm here at the Mission Bay Model Yacht Pond in San Diego, California to test the Carr HT racing sails. Let's get started. Wind speed for the day was about 3 to 5 knots, building to about 10 by the time we left the pond. We set the rig up with about 6 to 7 pounds of tension on the backstay, which resulted in about 3/16 pre-bend in the mast. We put our jib at about 7 degrees off center, with just a little bit of tension in the Cunningham to take the wrinkles out. The top of the mast, the top batten we had just about center line on the boat, minimal twist. And then the puffs, what we saw was the way we had set the boat up with the Cunningham and the Vang, it would twist off to about 10 degrees in the puffs as the breeze built throughout the day as well. You can see the top of the main and the top of the jib pretty much evenly matched with their twist. As the wind built in the puffs, and as we tack around, you can see where the top of the sail really twists off as we came up to about 9 knots on that puff. And you can see by our actual track here that the boat just continued to stay lifted through the puff because of the design in the sail, which was great. And then as we tacked, you can see we were actually headed on that, so we tacked down to the lift, and it allowed us to pick that up and recognize it right away. As we bore off a little bit and went downwind, you can see the top of the main held its shape really well. The batten continued to fly, didn't even really stall. Just occasionally as the wind lightened up, it would drop down like it is now. The jib, we had a little bit of a problem getting the jib to go wing on wing. In the bigger breeze it was no problem at all, but in the light stuff it wouldn't stay. There just wasn't enough to hold it. But the boat carried its speed really well and tracked well downwind, above optimum, which was great. Here you can see as we jibe around and the jib goes wing on wing, you can actually see the curve really well. You know, the twist at the top of the jib really clearly. And then as the main comes back over and we head back upwind, you can see where the main and the jib complement each other in shape pretty well, and that's designed into the sail. We didn't have to work really hard to get that. Just a little bit of tinkering at the edge of the pond to get the shape right, but it real easy to trim, real easy to set up. It worked great. As we come up into the bigger puffs here, this one was about 12 knots. The boat just lifted and lifted and accelerated through it. And then as we tacked over on the lull and rode it out more, the boat just continued to perform really, really well all the way through the kind of fluky wind that we had on the pond today. And in the bigger puffs, what we saw was the top of the main would twist off, like I said, about 15 degrees. Worked really, really well for, you know, that's as advertised. So we're getting the different wind ranges through the sail. So it wasn't just creating fullness in the sail, it was actually an overall performance enhancement to the boat. We saw higher pullers and higher speeds with these sails than we saw with previous models we've tested. As the boat came into a tack, you see it's tracking pretty smoothly. It would come into the tack and then would just accelerate out. Very little to do with trimming. Zero steering here as the boat just accelerates away from us. Little more steering required downwind to keep the boat on track, but as we went through the jibe and the main jibes over, the boat would just power up and accelerate away. Very easy to control. Thanks for watching our review of the Carr HT sails on the Volvo One Design racing yacht. If you like this or other videos, you want to check them out, stop by our website at beckwithracingyachts.com. Special thanks to HBRC Sailboats and GoPro for making this video possible. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.